Hello and welcome to Star Flag Media. I'm your host, Anthony, and this video is going to focus on something a little bit different. I wanted to go over one of my favorite consoles of all time, the Nintendo Gamecube. It is one of the systems that I really started to collect for back in the day, and today what I'm going to do is go over the games that I personally own for the Nintendo Gamecube. This is going to be a multi-part series. Today we'll focus on 11 games in alphabetical order. Well, here's the first one. 1080 Avalanche is Nintendo's first-party snowboarding follow-up to their N64 game released in 2003. The game is a downhill racing game that focuses more on speed than stunts or tricks. The game was beautiful at the time, sporting 480p enhanced definition and Dolby Pro Logic 2 sound. You could also link 4 GameCubes together with the broadband adapter for a LAN party and go up to 16 players. 1080 Avalanche is an 8 out of 10. Animal Crossing on the Nintendo GameCube, released originally as Animal Forest on the Nintendo 64. It was later ported over to the Cube. Dubbed a communication game by the Big N, you can live the life of a villager who moves into a town full of, well, you guessed it, animals. You can decorate your house, go around the village, meet everyone, pick flowers, see your neighbors leave and new ones move into the town. You can celebrate different holidays, and even discover hidden NES games. Fully playable ROMs made this game an addictive collectathon. Animal Crossing on the Nintendo GameCube gets a 9 out of 10. Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings, and Lost Ocean. November 2004 is Monolith Soft's RPG GameCube exclusive. Players assume the role of a guardian spirit who guides Callus and his party across island kingdoms that are floating in the sky. It has a unique card-based combat system. There was also a prequel brought out called Baten Kaitos Origins. I enjoyed that one a little less. This card-based combat system also included things like poker, or a type of poker game anyway, to defeat your enemies. It had really nice graphics for the time, and the lack of Japanese RPGs made this a welcome addition to anybody's GameCube library. Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings is now available on Nintendo Switch. Check it out. On the GameCube, this game is a 7 out of 10. Batman Vengeance, released as a launch title for the Nintendo GameCube. The game is based on the new Batman Adventures animated series. The entire voice cast reprises their roles as Batman investigates the death of the Joker after their last encounter. For the time, this game had beautiful cel-shaded graphics. The game got mixed reviews when it released, but personally, I actually enjoyed this action platformer quite a bit. Batman Vengeance gets a 7 out of 10. Beyond Good and Evil, the now cult classic action-adventure game released in 2003. The story follows Jade, a reporter, martial artist, working for the resistance movement. She's there to reveal a sinister alien conspiracy, gather evidence, battle enemies, solve puzzles, and eventually travel in space. This game was truly a gem that not many people played. It was later released with a full HD remake in 2011 on Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network. And again, it seemed to have missed an audience. If you get a chance to pick this game up, do so. This game is a 9 out of 10. Bloody Roar Primal Fury is a gorgeous 2002 fighter that released as a GameCube exclusive. It has you fighting and transforming your characters into all sorts of beasts and animal forms. The variety of moves and unique look really set this game apart at the time. A later port called Bloody Roar Extreme came out on the Xbox. Bloody Roar Primal Fury gets an 8 out of 10. If anyone listens to our weekly podcast here, you know we speak highly of this next game, Burnout 2: Point of Impact. Criterion Games brings the sequel to its 2001 hit smash to the Nintendo Gamecube. Tracks featuring all sorts of traffic make this racer one of the few where crashing was almost as fun as winning. So much so that they include Crash Mode, where you can earn high scores by causing the most damage in a crash. With great physics, this game was a must-have. Burnout 2 gets an 8 out of 10. Capcom vs. SNK EO. The GameCube version of this game also came out on Xbox and PlayStation 2. This is adding special C-stick attacks that already made the great Capcom vs. SNK 2 even more accessible to all players. We see bonus characters also make an appearance in this version, including Evil Ryu, Orochi Iori, Shin Akuma, and Ultimate Rugal. Adding grooves also alters playstyles. The GameCube offers 480p enhanced definition graphics, where the PlayStation 2 version was missing this. Capcom vs. SNK EO gets an 8 out of 10. Well, we're about halfway through the list now. So far, all those games that I've mentioned were really big parts of a reason to own a Nintendo GameCube, and hopefully the next half of the video will, focus on some more games that I really, really enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Chaos Field for the Nintendo GameCube is a 2004 bullet hell vertical shooter by Milestone. This had former compiled developers showing that they could make games just as good as their former team. This is not an easy game. It has you flipping between parallel worlds known as the Order Field and the Chaos Field. In the Order Field, gameplay is normal, but in the Chaos Field, enemy fires more bullets, hell breaks loose, but at the same time, you are given stronger weapons. Chaos Field is a really competent shooter and gets a 7 out of 10. Custom Robo on the Nintendo GameCube is the 4th game in the series, but it's the first one that makes its way outside of Japan. You pilot your robo in a virtual arena called the Holosseum, where you engage in battle with other commanders. After defeating them, you gain points and can upgrade and customize your robo. This was a really fun game, especially because it had a fun multiplayer aspect to it that reminded me a little bit of Power Stone. Custom Robo on the Nintendo GameCube gets a 7 out of 10. Dead to Rights. Well, after the success of The Matrix, Grand Theft Auto, and Max Payne, it seemed like everybody wanted a little crack at the action game that felt open world and had bullet time. Well, enter Dead to Rights. Jake Slate, with his canine Shadow, patrol Grant City to fight, it seems like every citizen on the street. He's on the pursuit to figure out who killed his father. Dead to Rights makes use of bullet time to try and steal a little thunder from Max Payne. Your K9 unit can also power up a meter and attack and bring you whatever your enemy was carrying. This game was a decent adventure on the GameCube. There's nothing really else on the GameCube like it at the time, so it gets an 8 out of 10. Well, there you have it. This is part 1 of our multi-series video for the Nintendo GameCube collection. Let me know what games you think will pop up next on the list. As always, Anthony here, glad you're with us at Starflag Media. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button, it really helps the channel a hell of a lot. We're trying to hit 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year, that's the goal. Hopefully way more than that, but we're on our way. Thank you guys as always for joining us.